Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast. This is episode 594, and this is your review of Past Lives. And I just noticed I did my intro wrong, but nonetheless, this is the Nerd Economy here to host the show alongside my wonderful co host for today, Mr. Luigi.
You fucking up, man. Damn, my hair looks scrumptious right now.
Fucking up.
Also, I noticed the old pimple that I had that with remember the patch.
Yeah.
It left like an imprint, bro.
Oh my
After
god.
it healed, it's like I hate it. Anyway, what's up, y'all? It's your boy talking about this romance movie. Um, yeah, how you doing
I'm doing all right, bro. Just been a pretty lazy day off here,
today?
which
Yeah, I was
not.
gonna say today's your day off, right?
Yes, sir. Day off, and I worked extra hours yesterday on Friday to make sure that I would get paid for this day off. So
Okay.
it's just been chilling here. Watched the first Indiana Jones today because I'm trying to get through them before I go see
Mhm.
the Dial of Destiny, and uh, and I also watched Boys in the Hood for an episode of the cinema condition.
Okay.
So did that, but just honestly, just been chilling here, man. I just made thumbnails for all this other stuff, and just honestly it's been a good, productive day off. I can't say anything better than that. Just and relax.
Yeah, I was gonna go to work, but then I'm like, half of the shit in Pearland right now, which is the area that I'm in. I noticed on Friday was the last day that I went to work due to like all the events that we had going on.
Yeah,
Um, Everyone was closing around 5, and that's usually when I start. So I'm like, I don't want to waste gas if it's not certain I'm gonna get some form of compensation that pays for that mileage, right? Um, but yeah, I've still been working. Even on my days off, I still work on production as well. So you know.
yeah. Well, yeah. You just been just chilling. Then
Mm-hmm.
just been chill. Um, I wanted to, I wanted to get some carne asada and just do something, but I was like, dude, I know if I walk into that HEB right now, it's gonna be hell in
It
there.
might be packed. Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
went
hell.
yesterday with my mom after I finished doing some work and some interviews.
Yeah.
Dude, the Joe's in it's definitely a Latino area. It was packed. It was like
Hell
unnecessarily
no.
packed. I'm like,
Hell
it's
no.
too early. It was like 12 in the afternoon. I know y'all damn well didn't have today off.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what, man? What's it called? I'm just gonna chill here, and then my brother decided he wanted to get some food, so he ordered something. I was like, all right, I'll eat from that. So
Mhm. Where
we
you
ate
at?
that. He had some McDonald's. He just got
Uh,
McDonald's. I was like, okay, cool. We'll do that. I'm like, okay, but
Honestly, we should have just gone to see a movie, whatever was on.
yeah, man, probably could have seen Joyride today, huh?
Is it? No, no,
Oh
because
wait,
it
that's this
was
weekend.
that's this weekend, but we had
Oh
premieres that we could have probably.
yeah,
Who
yeah, we
knows?
probably could, but well, it's last week was already like really like filled with a bunch of stuff, so I don't think we would have
Yeah,
probably gotten to it. But yeah, we
yeah,
had the opportunity to do it, but yeah, but we did get the chance to go see Past Lives the other day,
yeah. Hmm.
and we are now going to be able to do this review here. Been very much looking forward to this movie. It's been one
Yep.
that I've been looking forward to ever since I heard from Sundance that it was starting to get a lot of traction from there. So we had the chance to go over there because it finally expanded. To a wide network of theaters instead
Yep.
of just like LA and New York at
The
first.
yeah yeah the select viewing
Yeah,
options.
yeah. So we got the chance to watch it. So with that said, unless you got anything else you wanted to bring up that you did,
No, that's it. I
all right.
mean, AAA. That's about it. Yeah.
Yep. So if you haven't watched Past Lives, then this is probably your chance to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a five, four, three, two, one. All right, let me just read this little bit stuff here. It's just two
Hmm. Hmm.
paragraphs, nothing too crazy. Past Life is a 2023 American romantic drama film written and directed by Celine Song. In her feature directorial debut, the film stars Greta Lee, Till Yo, and John Magaro, and follows a reunion between two childhood friends as they contemplate their relationship and their lives. in their own lives. The film had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 21st, 2023, and was released in the United States on June 2nd, 2023 by A24. It received almost universal acclaim from critics, singling out song's direction and screenplay and the performances of Lee, Yu, and Magaro. Cinematography is done by Xavier Kirchner, which I do want to check here. Have they done anything else? Oh, awesome! Man, he worked on all the five films from Steve McQueen's Small Axe.
I haven't seen
So,
them.
oh man, really, so I only watched the first one. They're all on
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
Okay. I
They're
have that.
really good movies. They're like detailing about like a community in a black community in Europe. It was a really good stuff. Um,
It's John
but
Morrow, the Mephisto.
yeah,
Like
so
what episodes?
yeah, Steve McQueen's a great freaking what's it called director. But yeah,
He's done some
that's
good
what
stuff.
I was like, hey, like this guy, like when you're looking at this movie, you're like, this cinematography is fantastic. Like there ain't no way this is just a first time dude. Like there ain't no way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the off chance, it's a possibility. It's like nothing is never close to zero, right? But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Edited by Keith Frazee, and music is done by Christopher Bear and Daniel Rosen. And it sits at an hour and 46 minutes and has made so far at the box office $6.2 million. No
okay.
budget at the moment being reported here,
It's
but
probably small. That
I'm
one, yeah, it's
willing to
way
bet
small.
it is like $2 million, bro.
If
At
even
best.
that, if even that, because it
Yeah.
got picked up by A24. It wasn't made by A24, so even then,
No. I'm willing to
um,
bet that this is like under 2 mil. Under two
yeah,
mil at best. So
100%. Only
they're
reason would be to get like the only ones that are established actors here. I would say was John Morrow and the other guy because
yeah,
I recognize him from other stuff. Oh
yeah.
well, I mean, not to take away from I forgot her name. She's also in. She voices Layla in
Spider
the
Greta Lee.
Spider.
Greta
Greta
Lee.
Lee. There we go. It
Yeah.
started something familiar.
Yeah, she's been
Um.
in the morning show as well. She was in the second season of Apple TV's the morning show. She was
Yep.
in the
Yep. 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 Yep.
Netflix series Russian Doll. So
Yeah.
she's just pretty well known out there,
Yeah.
but
So it would be enough to pay them for
yeah.
that, and then just paying the extras. But
Yeah.
I mean, dude, for
Yeah.
what it is, it was definitely a nice watch.
Yeah. Hello to Stacy in the chat here. Spoilers for the romantic drama Past Lives. Mephisto does finally show up. Unfortunately, he's on the wrong set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed
Oh
to be on
no,
the
the
Secret
Apex
Invasion.
boys are calling me. They want to talk
Oh,
about past lives right now.
they want to talk about past lives, bro. Well, well, I gotta go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and give my initial thoughts here. So
Yeah,
if you
because
want to
yours
go
was
ahead,
short. Because I
yeah.
asked you after the movie too.
Yeah. Well, I've had a moment to sit with it now, but
Oh yeah.
I gotta say I really like Past Lives. It is
Okay.
I 100% believe people when they say that this is probably one of the best screenplays that they have like seen on a screen in like a while.
Okay.
And I agree a lot, man. I really like this film. It's very patient.
Definitely.
It's very patient, even though at times it does feel like it is rushing just a little bit, but the film overall, it's very patient. It's very much about the moments, and it's
Yeah.
about like
And patience, legit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, patience. It's about the moments. It's about taking in just the beauty of those like you know those glances and the stares, and it brings a warmth that reminds you a lot of the films of Wong Kar Wai, and it reminds you a lot about the just this Eastern this Eastern way of looking at film and looking at romance. It was really good movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Luis, what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, this is a good view on romance because this isn't like the romance stuff that you see in film wise. This is based one thing the Wikipedia didn't know, but if you did watch interviews with the director, she talked about this essentially being based on a true story of her story, where someone of her past life uh connected back with her from their childhood, and then it developed, right. um so it's nice to hear that it is like based on reality, and this is the type of stuff that I kind of want to mix with my own view on romantical stuff, is having that realism there, which this does greatly upon, because you're like certain questions that are asked in the movie are like, you know but I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely enjoy it. I think I might want to go see it again. just to get a different view, because there were a lot of points where we were laughing from dumb shit we were saying, because
Yeah.
when we get in a group we get a little
Well,
wild with some.
I'll say this: this is the perfect movie for metiches, yo. This is great.
Oh
Like, oh my
yes, this
god,
is a
my
movie for
god, for all
people that
y'all
love being in other people's
nosy,
business.
nosy
Yeah,
motherfuckers are gonna love this movie. I'll tell you that right now,
yeah.
yo. And I was just like the whole time, I was like, bro, please, bro, like he's gonna steal your girl. She's gonna steal your
Yeah, this
girl.
is this is like if you and your homegirl were hanging out and your homegirl starts talking about their man, and then they start talking about another guy that they had a, like just a normal interaction in life with an old friend from childhood that connected again, right? And then they showing some questionable things. You
Yeah,
yourself is like, hey, baby girl, like I love you, you're a good friend and all, but this sounds a
yeah.
little, you know.
So I never fuck with the whole work husband, work wife thing. Nah, I don't fuck with that, bro. Cause he'd
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
he'd just be there like, man, why isn't he treating you good? Like, why isn't he
Oh,
treating you right? And it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
all of a
yeah.
sudden, like, something goes wrong. Where are they going to first? Oh, the second option they've had this whole fucking time when they've been like going over there instead of talking to
Mm-hmm.
their fucking partner.
Mm-hmm.
But
It reminds me of Working Boss, or the one with Olivia and Jake Johnson. They were like it was on Netflix for or on HBO for a bit. Fuck, I it was something pals, working pals or some shit, where they were like co-workers, but they kind of had feelings for one another. They kind of do some shit like that. It
yeah,
was really good. It was nice to see Jake Johnson. Other That was like my first official, like I saw Jake Johnson outside of New Girl. Um, but stuff like that, where it's definitely a movie for people that love getting into people's business and kind of
yeah,
judge on other people's relationships.
yeah,
But overall, it was a nice movie.
yeah. I
And then
gotta
and
say,
yeah.
for first time filmmaker here, first time directorial debut from Celine Song. She has a
Hmm.
very like a very patient eye for
Yeah.
the frame, a very patient eye for the pace here. Um, I fell in love with the cinematography here, man. I mean, just everything from not just the framing, but the lighting. Like there
Hmm.
was moments and like where the interior was like, and I'm remembering this shot of the guy as he's walking out, as he's walking after she has told him that, like, oh, she doesn't want to pursue this anymore because she needs to think
Hmm.
about her career. And
Hmm.
he's walking into like the bar with his friends. The outside is very cool, it's very cold.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, the inside of like of where his friends are at that he's gonna walk into is like really warm. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh man, like stuff like that was
See, stuff like that
just
is what I need to
smart,
go
man.
rewatch, because I
Yeah,
didn't notice that stuff.
I'm gonna pick this up on Blu-ray for sure when this
Oh,
releases.
definitely. Oh,
I
okay.
I want to
All right.
pick this up.
Honestly, I
Uh,
wouldn't be surprised if it got into like a special selection or some shit like that.
I would
I don't
hope
I
so,
don't know what
man.
are the criteria and stuff, but it's definitely one of those films where it's niche. That's like, I mean, you're not wrong.
Stacy said that's how you end up with work children. Yo, Stacy, in Walmart, you be having a work wife? Let me know. but
But yeah, no, this is definitely a thing of like, you
yeah,
watch it once for the feels and you watch it twice for your evaluation. Because the first time, even me coming out of the theater, I was definitely questioning like, how do I feel about that ending, right?
yeah,
And even me and Wero, Raul's brother, were talking about how there was around 3 or 4 couples in our theater. They all came out, they were all
yeah,
kind of smiling, kind of being close to each other, which I would expect, because for me, if you went to go see this someone with a significant other, it can either make or break your relationship, because it does enforce a lot of things that normal couples would do, right?
yeah.
And because there is marriage involved between two of the characters, between esta Greta and John's
John
characters.
Magaro, yeah,
Hmm. They've been married for quite a while, and then this still is kind of, since the spoiler review is already, the banner's
yeah.
already
Banners
up.
up, bro. You're good.
They are married for around, what was it, 20 years, 14 years, 50, like 15 to 20 years had passed. And by the end of it, it seems like they're gonna be together. But this type of scenario definitely put a wrench in it for a while, and you can tell with a lot of the questions that John's character made, and even Raul was like, "That's not the questions you want to ask, my boy." And I'm like, "No, actually, these are the questions you do want to ask, because why would you want to hold these feelings for yourself and kind of let it boil over? These are the, yes, it's a 50-50 high risk, high reward type of question, but like." at the end you're gonna know, and that's no
The
better
thing is more like what
resolution
I'm saying is that like this maybe these are the questions you should have and discuss with your
with your
partner
partner.
in there and not tell her, well, go and find out. Because that's how you end up finding
That
her
is
in
true.
bed with the other dude. And
I
you'd be
mean,
like,
yeah,
fuck. Like, but I think that what's it called when it came to just like like I'm saying the screenplay itself is just it's
hmm
fantastic. It's beautiful. I
hmm
mean, I love how we start off like looking into their childhood and how they meet and how they have to get separated because of immigrate of having to immigrate to the United States,
yeah,
and they find each other again because stuff like that does happen. Like it
yeah, yeah.
does. And I know that I have at least in my experience, I didn't have to immigrate, but I've been there where I reconnected with people from my school years, and
Yeah,
then
I've tried it too.
I didn't what's it called it didn't go past that, but I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it happened. But I love that we go there, and then that wrench is thrown in where she's like, I have
hmm
to pursue my career, I have to, and it's a very that's a very interesting lens to find it because
hmm
it's like a very immigrant lens to look at it because like we're just like how we're always told like career first, career first, career first, even
yeah.
though like it's very hammered into the women, especially in these cultures, like but you also got to find a good man, but somehow like they want you to juggle like finding a good
Work
man
life
and a
and
work,
relationship.
and
Yeah,
she obviously chooses to find work,
yeah.
and it's good that's like, oh, but inside of that that journey she finds somebody else, and
hmm
then like the big conflict arises is that he's here, like this guy comes to see her,
hmm
and everything kind of goes haywire. And to me, my only gripe here, which I think would keeps it away from being like this perfect movie to me, is
Yeah.
that if you would have made this at least 2 hours, we would have explored just a little bit more there, just
Ah,
a
so you're saying
little
it's
bit
a bit
more.
too short
Yeah, I
in the
think that
rushing.
once he
I
gets
see.
there is where it rushes towards the end, and I'm like,
Okay.
if you would have let this to be like an hour and 55 to two, like, oh man, we would have sat there, we would have let some of these moments just like
hmm
sit with us and us to actually like digest what's going on.
hmm
But like I said, for a first film from this girl, from this director, she
That's good.
does fantastic job,
Yeah, it's
fantastic
good.
job.
I
Yeah,
think for me, it didn't feel rushed, but it did show perfectness in moments, right? Because we see the moments where they're talking and they kind of reminisce and kind of feel like it feels like there might be a connection forming, but also at every other point it separates. And then by the end, she's also saying like, "Oh, it feels different." I think he's just like me missing home, being homesick, type of the past, right? Something that was and not something that is. Um, so maybe that's why it could feel rushed. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, a lot of the stuff definitely hit for that.
Stacy
Yeah,
says,
no, Jerry,
unfortunately, unfortunately, Jerry Springer is no longer here to help
he
to
can't.
help answer
No,
these burning questions. Hey, man, rest in peace to the goat, man. I'm sad that he's not here to answer this question because this would have been his favorite movie, to be honest.
fucking yeah,
Yeah,
dude. But yeah, it's stuff like that. I mean, Rachel, our friend that also attended,
yeah,
there I would say so. One thing that we all know as a friend of theirs is that they aren't like adamantly looking for anyone. They're not against relationships, but they're not actively for it.
yeah.
So I was thinking, whose perspective of relationships and having a love life and having that type of, does that affect ultimately how you view the ending of this movie? And I think it does. It honestly
Hmm.
does, because to Rachel, I don't know if you remember, they mentioned that it feels like that they settled, right? They settled at
Yeah,
the end. But for me, it feels like everything just kind of started to click in place of like, oh, maybe this isn't a thing of like me missing the guy, it's me missing something
oh,
that was the hope, the joy that was. And then by the end we see like her realize that and emotionally breaking down, and then her husband being there to kind of like, I'm sorry, it was like, it's okay, this happened, it happened,
yeah.
and that's fine.
I I think I read it, and like I said, I want to purchase the movie to rewatch it and like really
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
some more exploration here. But I also read it as like she like she missed, like it clicked with her, like I think I missed the ideal Korean, Korean life, not the Korean
Yeah.
American life. And like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I had to leave my country and I left, these views and I left
Mm-hmm.
this ideal way of life that
Yeah.
that was hard for me to like, you know, to abandon
Mm-hmm.
because I had
It
to
was
come
so
to this
sudden. There was no
country.
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to come to this country, Americanize myself, and also and become this person who like who only looked into work, and having to talk to this man who was like a very big part of my childhood
Mm-hmm.
was
Hmm.
reminding me of like what could have been if I stayed in Korea and if I
Yeah.
followed the Korean like way of life instead of
Yeah.
changing into like Korean American and adopting the American way of life as well.
Yeah, which a lot of the Korean homies that I got, they were like, yes, I mean, a lot of people stay in that path of like Korean
Yeah,
values. Of
because she
course, we
even
have
says
this
it,
new,
right?
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
even says it like he's very masculine, but not in like the way we were used to it. He's like he looks at the world very much as a Korean man, not a Korean
Mm-hmm.
American man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, and we see that throughout how he portrays himself, his work life that he describes, his daily life that he describes.
Yeah.
And even the guy was had a girlfriend. They broke up before that trip, and it seemed like where there was a talk of marriage, and he was like, I'm not my she deserves better because I haven't met the standards that we have over there to get married, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
so and so provide for her and stuff like that. And that's why
Yeah.
it seemed like they broke up. And then that's when like Greta's character kind of questions that, like, I mean, if it's good, it's good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's value having those values so strong kind of not coerces, but it definitely changes how you view perspectives, as deep as like choosing someone that you enjoy company, choosing
Yeah.
someone that you love or that you think you love, and then having that affect you for the rest of your life. Because
Yeah.
I mean, 24 years is what it was that they were kind of lurking in each other's minds, but it's never certain of whether it was just missing the person, missing what was and what could have been, or missing actually having feelings for one another, right? Because at the
Yeah.
time that they left, she was a kid. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like you barely became sentient by what seems like they're ending grade our version of grade school, like preteen, tween age, right? And if you think about it, you don't remember much about that. You might remember your first crush and how you
Mm-hmm.
felt at that, but comparing how you felt with that first crush to how you would normally find people right now, that's a major change because a lot growing up changes a lot of your views, and it either improves or kind of deteriorates. It all depends on how what values you have in life, right? But it definitely speaks on that a lot, and that's it's deep. It's deep. Maybe we're overreaching, and maybe they just wanted to make based on a true story. I kind of like how this played out and show
Yeah,
it,
I mean,
right? But
it's still. I think it's good to have all these different interpretations. I think that's what makes
yeah,
the
that
film good. I
yeah,
think that's
that's
what
why a
makes
lot
the
of people
screenplay so
enjoyed it.
interesting.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I gotta say, man, I really thought it was a great film. I thought it was a good job by Celine Song in
Mm-hmm.
her first film. I like I, said, I almost forgot to mention, I really like the music choices here. I
They
think
were
it
nice.
works really well to craft the atmosphere of this very like patient film. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
so it worked well. Like I said, my only gripe is that I feel like it rushed towards the end, and I feel like if we
Yeah.
would have just had a little bit more time with this narrative, and I think we would spend just a little bit more time with it, would have been great. But I like I said, I have no problem with that ending. I
Mm-hmm.
think that ending works really well.
It does.
I love when films let you have those very cathartic endings that allow
Very
you
vague.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, very allow you to actually digest as the character is digesting it as it's
Mm-hmm.
going, instead of just
Mm-hmm.
like saying like, oh, here we are, this is the ending, let's go, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it when you can just sit with it and allow the scene to breathe so you can digest what's going on.
Yeah, it kind of like makes you think of what is and what could be for
Mm-hmm.
those characters, right?
Yeah.
And that's what kind of what grows the idea of enjoyability for people. It's like, oh, I enjoy this movie. It's like, what based on everything that I've seen, what happens next, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like make a sequel on it. No, I'm saying
No,
like
no, no.
it makes you stir up your thoughts.
Yeah.
And if you are very um, self evaluative, it makes you think about your own interactions in life and your own
Yeah.
kind of things that you've done and things that you could do,
Yeah.
and you adapt from there. Yeah.
I know my friends over at the review crew who are
Hmm.
who are starting to watch these videos here from us watched this film. My friend Nathan went ahead and said that he watched and he loved this film. He probably
Hmm.
did watch it with his wife.
Hmm.
With his wife. So I wanted to know if you guys are listening past this point. Nathan, Marissa, let me know how you guys viewed this film. How did it work for
Yeah, that'd
y'all?
be
Because
fun.
I know that he loved it, but I haven't heard
No,
Marissa's thoughts on it. But
got you, got
yeah,
you.
but it was fantastic, and it currently ranks in at number 5 in my in the year so far for
Okay.
me. But
I don't have a list.
yeah,
Most majority of the movies kind of blurred in for me, aside from a few.
yeah.
But
It's still the mid. It's not. It's like the middle of the year though.
yeah,
We
yeah,
like
yeah.
like the meat and bones is about to start ramping up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we just ate the seasoning of the fried
the
chicken. We're
skin.
about to
Yeah, the
eat the
skin.
meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we ate the skin.
we're about to eat the meat by
Yeah,
the
we're
end of
about to
this
eat the
year.
meat, so it's
And we
gonna be
talking
really.
like, oh, for like vegetarians, you gotta got
Yeah,
tofu and shit like that, because
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
lot of genres coming out.
yeah.
But yeah,
But what's your final verdict on the film, Luis? Out
give
of
it a
10?
solid 8 out of 10.
I'm right there with you, man. Right at an 8 out of
Yeah.
10 as well. I really like this movie.
Hmm.
Currently, like I said, number 5. It is right below Huesera, The Bone Woman, and
Hmm.
above Chile 76. So
Okay, those
really
are
good
movies that
film.
you've seen on private, not in theaters. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Above it, yeah, like I said, Huesera, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Eternal Memory, and The Quiet Girl. So
Okay.
yeah, but fantastic film, and I hope that everybody gets to catch it now that it's expanding worldwide. Please do go out to see it because it really is fantastic. I think that it's just gonna grow with people, and I think it's gonna grow more.
Yeah.
And I think that once we get to like more like award season time, I think this movie's about to get picked back up again. The conversation is gonna get talked again because like I said, we're really not an awards podcast. We don't really predict stuff like that. But I am willing to say right now this at least has is at least has some sort of cinematography
Hmm.
um, award in its future for sure. But that concludes our review of Past Lives, and of course, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. Keep up to date with us on everything that we're doing. Nerdcore.com, twitter.com/nerdcore underscore, and on Instagram at the Nerdcore. Patreon, you get this episode live and early. That's how Stacy was able to post comments like this. Yeah, because he's here early with us live
Yep.
at the $1 tier, patreon.com/the nerdcore. Check that out, y'all. It would help us out a lot. And if you want to go ahead and talk to us about past lives, if you watched it and if you liked it, or if you don't like it, go to Discord. And our Discord link is in our descriptions.
Or
So,
just comment on the video below. You don't got to
um,
do it. I just yeah.
yeah,
Well, we answer on YouTube whenever we get comments. So
of course.
just be
Yeah,
aware of that.
yeah. Talk to us on YouTube. Leave a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. On the audio side of things, leave a 5-star review. It helps us out a lot. But yeah, if you want to talk about the movie, just comment. Come to the Discord server if you want to, talk in there as well and talk to us about the movie.
Hmm.
Just do all those things and interact with us. We would love to interact with you guys.
Yeah.
But with that said, that's it for us here. I will see you all on Thursday live for the patrons and early, and on Saturday for the public. We're gonna be reviewing Lady Bird as we celebrate the release of Barbie from Greta Gerwig, and we're gonna be looking at her directorial debut, Lady Bird. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get out of here, and Luis is too. And I don't know how Luis is gonna send it out, but I'll go ahead and send it to him. Come on.
I'm probably gonna go see it again for a second time. Kind of marinate in that. I might. I don't know. I was talking to Abby about it because they asked. Because I sent them before we even went, and they respond hella late when it comes to TikToks. So we'll see because they actively enjoy romance and romantic movies. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be a different perspective based on the people
yeah.
that I went
I
with.
would really like to hear everybody's opinion on
Yeah,
this. We
yeah. This
really
is
want to
definitely a
know.
movie where you want to ask people what they thought, because,
Yeah.
and that's not something you normally. Hey, how you enjoy Spider Man? Of course, you fucking loved it, right? It's across the Spider Verse. It's been doing, yeah, everyone. But this one is like, how did you view it? How did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely let us down know in the comments below, anywhere you want to get in contact with us, what you thought about it. I myself would probably partake in that conversation under the Nerdcore name if you decide to do so. But yeah, man, just enjoy your 4th of July. Don't be dumb and shoot guns out in the air.
Blow your fingers
Uh,
off. Don't do that
yeah,
either.
don't blow your fingers on. Do a Nevada Cadavra with one of the Roman candles is fine. Just wear protection, proper protection. Heat blanket. I don't know. We are not liable for injuries though, so that's just an idea. Yeah, be careful, be safe. Comment, like, enjoy. Catch us next time.
Peace out, y'all.
America.